Welcome to Asynt. My name's Martin Forden, and today I'm with Ed Gill from Vacuubrand. We're going to be talking about a brand new product, the VACUU-PURE 10C. So Ed, what does this new product do?
Well, Martin, as you know, Vacuubrand have been specialists in vacuum technology for many, many years, and there are a lot of different aspects to vacuum and different ranges that people want to work in, particularly within chemistry, which is our core area. One of those is fine vacuum, so we're talking about the sort of levels down to the 10 to the minus 3 millibar level. Now, traditionally people have used oil pump technology because it's been a convenient way to help them with applications that require that level of vacuum. But with that comes issues. Oil, chemistry, water doesn't mix very well. You get the risk of an emulsification in terms of the process. Also requires a lot of maintenance, for example. And certain processes, particularly in the pharmaceutical area, require a sort of high level of purity and cleanliness, which obviously you don't want the risk of oil and contamination. So there has been a demand, particularly within chemistry, within the laboratory and process market, for many years, for somebody to try and come up with an alternative solution for providing high vacuum for their applications. And it's not been an easy nut to crack in terms of trying to produce finally what the market has been demanding, which is an oil-free, an abrasion-free vacuum product that is suitable for chemistry, which will deliver reliable vacuum down to the 10 to the minus 3 millibar level. So
in terms of the benefits to customers, does that mean there's no contamination from any oil, or is there any oil to lubricate?
Absolutely not. This is a completely 100% oil-free product. Also, what's unique about it in terms of, if we talk a little bit about the sort of technology behind this, Martin, then this is a screw pump technology. So inside there are two cantilevered spindles. They are rotating at 12,500 RPM.
That's pretty fast.
And all of the internal gas contacting parts within that pump have been uniquely chemically resistant coated. So there are various materials that we use, PEEK being the main one of those, which has a wide-ranging chemical resistance.
So to achieve that, if you've got such a high vacuum that you're looking to get down to 10 to the minus 3, correct, to be equivalent to an oil pump.
Yep.
Surely that must be some sort of really special design and technology, because why has no one ever developed this before?
As I said, Martin, if it had been easy, then I'm sure somebody would have done this long ago. It wasn't easy. There's been pitfalls along the way, and it's taken time to get everything right.
At Asynt, we're engineering products all the time. We're dealing with CNC machinery to make for instance, our dry sim blocks to be very tight tolerances. So we may be precision engineering, but that goes beyond what anyone would consider possible. So Vacuubrand must have some really good secrets and some really amazing technology.
We've got a lot of, engineers, physicists. We've got a wide range of, material scientists that all work together in unison to be able to create this sort of, unique technology.
But at the end of the day, that precision has always been there with Vacuubrand because, as I've said to Asynt customers before on videos, we don't have the issues with longevity. We don't have issues at all with Vacuubrand reliability, and we put a lot of that down to the precision engineering and manufacturing from the outset of a diaphragm pump. Many other people make diaphragm pumps, but they don't seem to perform to the same long-term reliability that others do.
I mean, this is one of Vacuubrand's core ethoses, Martin. This is our reputation is built on providing very good, high quality, reliable products that are going to stand the test of time. And we go back to probably 80% of our business is within the sort of chemistry arena within the sort of laboratory market. And, these people are dealing with horrible, nasty, organic solvents and acids and various nasty, aggressive materials. Obviously, in order to be able to generate a vacuum required for the process that they do, using these materials means that we've got to have products that are going to stand the test of time. It's no good saying, yeah, that's fine, that'll work, but then in sort of a few years' time it's fell over and then you're going to have to reinvest in more equipment. So, we're really proud that, that constantly evolving technology, even the diaphragm pumps you alluded to, we keep evolving and we keep learning and we keep finding ways to improve things so that, now some of our leading Vacuubrand pumps, some of the ones that you've done videos on before, I know in terms of the MD1C Varia, for example, we get in excess of 30,000 running hours out of the diaphragms on these. This is unparalleled, So, but this is all part and parcel in terms of the technological development and all the research that we do in terms of making sure that what we're providing to you and your customers is a really, robust, reliable product.
I guess, that ethos and the Asynt ethos.
Absolutely.
We're absolutely 100% confident that the VACUU-PURE 10C is going to be just as reliable, have just the same longevity as any of the other Vacuubrand products we sell. So it's going to be a significantly wise investment, I think, for anyone wanting to run down to 10 to the -3. You've got to buy it for a start, and it isn't as cheap as an oil pump. I think that's fair to say.
Of course.
However, if we look at over time, man hours having to deal with the oil issues.
Yes, of course.
The having to use a gas ballast with an oil pump at the end every time, manually doing that cleaning operation, you could say purging operation, changing the oil contamination.
Yep.
All of those issues go away. So over time, this is going to pay for itself and beyond.
Absolutely. As I say, one of the important things to stress, and people that are used to using, for example, oil pumps is obviously one technology that most people are familiar with in terms of fine vacuum use. To put people's mind at rest, certainly in terms of daily process. So an oil pump, you'd be used to having to warm up in terms of getting the pump up to temperature, so you don't get the risk of condensate, developing inside with the oil and the emulsification that comes from that. Same thing with this one, though it's a dry technology. You warm it up for something around about 20 minutes to half an hour to get it up to temperature. All the tolerances are then aligned and ready to work. And likewise, an oil pump, you at the end of the process, you would normally, with an oil pump, you normally ballast that. So you'd activate the gas ballast to put an extra air flow through it to make sure that absolutely. One of the nice things with the VACUU-PURE 10C is that you've got an inbuilt regeneration mode, so you don't have to disconnect or close off your any valves, etc. like that. You can press the regeneration mode button once the process is finished, and then that will dry out any sort of condensate load that's gone inside the pump within about 30 minutes to an hour. So it's a very, very quick process, and it's ready to go again. One of the other things, because it's dry technology, what's quite unique with this, so you can actually clean the pump as well using deionised water. So you can squirt small amounts of deionised water into the inlet here with it disconnected, and that will help flush out and clean any sort of deposits that may have got inside the pump as well. So that's something that obviously you can't do with an oil pump. Oil pump, it means taking the oil out, replacing it with new oil,
etc. A very, very simple way of keeping on top of its maintenance.
Absolutely. So you've got no oil changes, you've got no wearing parts inside there, so there's no tip seals or anything else in there that you might find.
Nothing's actually touching, is it?
No.
Even though they're almost touching with a few microns, nothing touches.
There are no contacting parts within there in terms of the working parts. So the cantilevered spindles, I say, rotate at this very fast speed, very, very close together in order to achieve the degree of vacuum that we're looking for. But you've got there's no seals in there. There's no parts that are going to require maintenance over this one. So what is it's one of these products which you can put in place and happily run for years and years and years. And so, yeah, we're really excited about this product, Martin. I think it's a really...
We are too. I think we've got a lot of customers over many years who've had these issues with always cursing their oil pumps. So, are there any options that people should consider when buying this pump, Ed?
Sure. I mean, one of the things that is, we should have mentioned, is unique about this is, obviously, when you're using oil pumps and other technologies for fine vacuum, in a lot of cases people are having to use cold traps with those, pre-traps, because of the risk of getting sort of condensate or organic vapours into inside the pump.
Glass blowing guys, who've made many of them.
Absolutely. But that has its own problems, you know, particularly within distillation application, for example. You've got the safety aspect, plus you've got the fact that somebody's got to keep an eye on that and keep topping it up with the cardides and the acetone, etc. So, one of the great features of this product is, by and large, in the majority of cases, you don't need to use a cold trap with it. So again, that's another nice feature with this product, Martin, where you don't need to think about that extra hassle that you've maybe got with existing technologies out there that you're using. Again, we've thought about this in terms of how people are going to use this and what other accessories they might need with it. You're familiar, I know a lot of your customers are familiar with the new VACUU-Select vacuum controller that we launched a couple of years ago. And again, that's part of a sort of modular suite of products, and that applies also equally to the new VACUU-PURE 10C as well. So if people are wanting to have vacuum control down to that 10 to the minus 3 millibar level, we can now offer that as well with the fine vacuum package for VACUU-Select as well.
Brilliant. So absolute control of vacuum.
Absolutely.
Data recording, which I guess for many people is quite critical to prove that their process or whatever they've done has been
more and more so these days, Martin. Yes,
a constant pressure.
Yeah,
fantastic. Well, I'd like to thank Ed very much for coming today to show us the VACUU-PURE 10C. Really appreciate it.
Delighted, Martin. I really appreciate you having me as well, and you know, we're really pleased. We've been working with you guys at Asynt for a long time, and you know,
since we started.
Indeed, we're really excited to be seeing where we can go with this product. It really is an exciting innovation. It is, you know, it's a word that's overused a lot, but I think it is groundbreaking in terms of the technology and what we've been able to do with this product for the fine vacuum range. And yeah, we're excited to see where this goes.
Brilliant. Thank you, Ed. Thank you ever so much.
Martin, appreciate it.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Cheers.
Bye bye.